Well, today you join me on the banks of my local river. Just a short evening session. We've probably got 2 hours until it gets dark. It is very cold. All the lakes are pretty much frozen, but the rivers are in good condition. So we're gonna have a walk downstream now and see if we can find a chub or two. Just while I'm walking to the swims, I thought I'd mention that at the start of the session, I often do the big walk away from the van and then slowly work my way back. What you can do is put a couple of handfuls of liquidised bread into a few likely looking spots. This gets a bit of scent and attraction into the water and might get the chub feeding. So if you then drop back on later on, there's a good chance if there's a chub there and it's been eating the bait, you will get a bite. I'm not doing that on this session, but if I was doing a longer session and having a proper roam around, then I'd often just trickle a little bit into each swim, or even a couple of bits of cheese paste, and just try and get a few spots primed. Right, so I just thought I'd run you through the hardware that I'm using on this session. I've got a Shimano bait runner reel. That's loaded with braided mainline just for better bite indication, and it does help with the snags that are in the river. This will be upside down for you, but I have got a Specialist Avon Quiver Drennan rod. That's just got a really light glass tip, and that just gives me maximum bite indication. Going down to the terminal side, I've got a run ring. Attached to that is a small cage feeder which is filled with liquidised bread. That goes down to a buffer bead, an anti-tangle sleeve, and then as for my hook link, I've got about 2 foot of fluorocarbon, 1.5 foot. I like the fluorocarbon because it is quite tough, and that's going down to a size 6 carp hook. I like the bigger hook as it just helps the bait grip onto it that little bit more. That's more with cheese paste than it is with bread. But in this instance, I've just wrapped a little bit of bread flake around the hook. So that's what I'm using. Let's make the first cast. As you can see in this swim, I've actually got a few options. There's loads of cover over on the far side. At the minute, I've just got my bit of bread just underneath those trees there, but I can just work my way up the bank and I can put my bait across all of this cover on the far side. When it's cold like this, chub will often hide under the cover as it holds warmth and shelter. So it is an area I do like to target, and to be fair, this stretch looks a lot better than I remember. There's so many places for them to hide. I only really tend to give it 15 minutes in a swim, 20 minutes if I've had any indications. So it's 20 to 3 now. I'll probably give this till about 5 to 3. And yeah, if we've had no knocks or indications, I'll be moving off to the next swim. Well, first swim, we are in to our first chub. I hope it's a chub. It feels like an alright size. It is desperately trying to get for them snags on the far side. Chub are always the same. They know where every snag is in the river, and they will try their very best to get you in them at all times. So just gradual pressure. That was literally first cast. Right, it's in front of me now. It's out the way of the snags. It was a great bite, just a couple of small taps, and then the tip just absolutely hoofed round. And we were in. Oh, grab the net. Oh, what a welcome back to this particular stretch, eh? Literally cannot believe that. First cast. And it's a chub. It's fighting quite hard. There we go, chub in the net. Oh, that was mint. Very angry one. Let's get her up on the mat and have a look, shall we? I cannot believe that, first cast. It is literally a block of ice. Like I said, all the lakes are frozen. It is freezing cold. But there we have a river saw chub. Not the biggest in the world, but a great start to the session. I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Oh, right, let's slip him back. Just rest him in the net for a minute. Wait for him to get his breath back. There you go. He's all good now. Oh, off he goes. Oh, well, I'm absolutely buzzing with that. Well, it's not very often it goes to plan on the first cast. And yeah, I'm absolutely made up with that. I haven't been to this stretch for a little while, and I haven't actually made a video here before, years ago with my stepdad, and I haven't really been back since. So yeah, it was a really nice welcome back. I'm going to have another cast here, see if there's any chub in the area, and then we're going to keep moving around and hopefully we'll have a few more. Right, we're going to have another cast in the spot we've just caught from. Literally same tactics again. Feeder's full of bread. I've just got a nice little bit of bread flake on the hook. We're going to try and get this out there again now. Whoa. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're on the bottom. It's quite deep over near them trees, to be fair. Say this stretch looks so good. It looks better than I remember. There's just so much cover here for them to sit in, and it makes complete sense to why they're tucked up. It is absolutely freezing out today. Luckily there isn't much wind, and I'm actually sat in full sun here, so it's nice and comfortable for me. But yeah, that chub literally was like a block of ice. Well, I've given this swim another 15 minutes and it does seem to have gone quiet. There's so much cover on this far bank to fish to, and I want to explore it all. So I'm going to have a little move upstream, probably 20-30 yards, and yeah, we'll see if there's any chub in that area. The thing I love about this fishing is just how little gear you need. As you can see, I've got my rod and my net, a chair and a rucksack on my back, and that is literally all you need for this. It's cheap, easy, and literally all you need is a loaf of bread, and you can catch chub from wherever, really. I've just walked into our second swim. As you can see over there, there's another nice overhanging tree. So we'll put a rod underneath there and see how we get on. Right, on to the second swim now. Liquidised bread's all in the feeder. Got a small bit of bread on the hook. And I'm just going to cast out once again over to a bit of cover that's over there on the far side. So let's give this a go. Hopefully not go too far into the trees. It's absolutely perfect, that was. Couldn't have got that any better if I tried. Just down by that cover. These things were a great buy recently for me. They didn't cost much off Amazon, but they are electric hand warmers. When you're moving around like you are chub fishing, it's cold, you're carrying all your cold kit, and your hands can get cold. Obviously I do have a hand on the rod most of the time, just so I can strike the bites, but in the other hand it is worth having one of these. Definitely makes it more comfortable when you're out in the winter. Well, I've been in this swim now for around 20 minutes and I haven't had any real knocks or indications. That tells me there isn't a chub in this area and I need to move on. As you can see, the sun is setting behind me and we haven't got long till it'll be dark. But yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous evening to be out on the river. As you can see, it is freezing cold, but these short sessions, just heading to the river, only for a couple of hours, it's comfortable, you're moving around so you stay warm. There's literally nothing better. Right, that's it for in this swim. Let's reel this in and we'll head on to pastures new. There's a couple of other anglers here now and they've gone into some of the other swims, so as you can see we are pretty much losing the light levels, so I am going to have a little wander just back into the first swim. Probably have 1, maybe 2 casts in there. If we don't get anything, then I'll be wrapping up and heading back to the van. It is bloody cold now, I can tell you that. Once that sun goes down, it is bloody freezing. As I said, I am back in my original swim. I've had a little roam around, tried 2-3 swims, but I didn't have any joy, and there are a couple of anglers here now. So I'm back in the original swim. Hopefully we can repeat the process. I'm just going to drop the feeder in the exact same spot underneath that cover, and fingers crossed this time it won't be long before we get another bite. Right, so this is it, the final roll of the dice. As I said, we are back in the original swim, as there was a couple of anglers in the swims I wanted to try, but that's fine, we can save them for next time. Just gonna put it out there. That's absolutely perfect. Right back out in the same place we had the bite from before, just in a little alcove in the cover over on the far side. Probably couldn't have gone out any better, to be fair. Looks prime for a bite over there. Don't know whether you can see it on the chest cam, but there's over there, it's just a little alcove with cover either side, so just trying to cast as close as I can to that. There's bound to be more than one chub hidden under there. Oh, well, I've actually just had a little bite. I probably should have hit it, but it definitely wasn't as big as the one that we already had in this swim. Oh, I'm kicking myself now, I should have hit that. Well, after having that little bite and not striking, I've decided to just put a bit of cheese paste on. Another good cast. I really should have hit that bite, I think. It wasn't as big a bite as the last one, but yeah, hopefully it comes back and fancies a bit of the cheese paste. We're in. Oh, really delicate bite, that one. The tip was literally just knocking, but we are into a fish. Oh, I had to watch that bite develop. Oh, so obviously a few chub under there. This one's really going for the snags again, over on the far side. Oh, just try and steer them away. Just try and steer it away from the snags. Try and keep that rod tip really low. This one's really going for it. Just try and tease it away. See, with the old braided main line, you feel everything, but it's coming away now. This one's really going for it. Whether it's the same one as it was that we got that bite off earlier, I just switched from having the bite on the bread. I just decided to change over to the cheese paste. Getting in and amongst the trees on the far bank once again. Like I said earlier, the chub aren't daft. They know every swim, every snag in every swim, and they make that their main objective. The net's down here now. Fish is coming in. And it's another Another nice looking chub. So compared to fishing on the Trent, these aren't huge, but it's just nice. It's just a nice evening sport. There we go, in the net. For a couple of hours fishing, I'm absolutely over the moon. Let's have a look at her. Well, it's a lively one, but what an example of a sword chub that is. I'm not going to bother weighing it. I'd say it's probably 3.5 pounds possibly, but what a fun evening's fishing. I've literally been at the river a couple of hours and I could not have wished for anything else. Had 2 chub, both from the same swim funny enough, even though we have roamed around. But yeah, we'll definitely be back down here making some more videos soon. I'm over the moon.